Just look at it.
It's a sight to behold.
Just look at it. What a majestic future
World
drivers
champion.
in the form of Daniel Ricciardo. But alas, I digress.
I am insanely attracted to that man, by the way.
The things I do.
Like, I would turn... Anyway, mate, sorry.
Yeah, anyway. What a majestic man. Episode 12?
Is it 12?
I think it's 12. I think the worst thing we could have possibly given us is these swivelly chairs, but
Yeah, because
I'm just spinning, brother. I'm just spinning.
Hey, brother.
Anyway, mate, how you been?
Mate. 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 I've been pretty good, actually, man.
Yeah,
It's been
okay.
busy, but weekend was good. Weekend was great, actually.
It was there. It was a weekend.
What did I do during the week? Feel like I had something to talk about during the week. I got my chest done. Got my chest tattoo.
Yep, nice. You
So,
liking it? Nice and itchy?
Oh, dude, I feel like I was saying this to someone. I feel like a new man.
Really?
Like, I don't know what it is. But now when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm
You
just
think
like,
you're hot stuff?
dude,
No.
I look at myself and I'm like,
Not gonna lie, when I saw you got your chest tattoo, I was like, yep.
you like that chest tattoo?
Yeah.
Dude, it makes you feel different. I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now. Like,
I'm gonna get my chest and my back done.
yeah, I'm probably going to start, I'll finish this. And then I think I'm going to get some shit here and start doing my arm. But I want to get like my neck and my back done.
I'm thinking like Such Is Life on my stomach, on my chest, and then Such Is Life on my neck, and then like a Southern Cross tattoo on my forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Southern Cross on the forehead's the way to go.
absolutely.
I
Gotta
might
let
get
'em know.
Southern Cross one side and the lightning bolt on the other. Because no one else has done it before.
Yeah, nah, 100%.
I have to keep remembering to not go away from the mic because I turn them down. And if I'm out
Yeah,
here,
but I just keep spinning, bro.
dude,
It's so fun.
How fucking comfortable is it?
Yeah, it
But,
is.
Yeah, got my chest done on Thursday.
Yep.
Friday, and Nan and Pop have sold their house and buying a new house, so I went and helped them measure some shit up in the new property.
Nice. That's gonna be me in a couple of weeks' time when my grandparents move house.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Friday night, caught up with AJ and your brother Brad. Went for a
had a palmy and a pint.
palmy and a
You
pint.
had a palmy and
Turned into a palmy
11
and about
cartons of piss.
yeah. I ended up having a pretty big night
So
Friday
Brad
night.
and I disappeared to set up for the race tomorrow on the Saturday.
Yep.
And
I was meant to go help set up.
about an hour later, we were like, well, don't think Mickey's coming. So yeah, we finished.
Shout
up.
out to you guys for loading my car.
It is what it is,
by the way.
mate. It is what it is.
I did shoot him a message in the morning and like, yeah, I feel like a bit of a dog here, fellas, but
It is
yeah,
what it is.
ended up staying talking to Adam for a bit and got pretty cut. Woke
Mhm.
up the next morning not feeling great for the race weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting day.
Well, I woke up in the morning, head thumping, man. I was like, fuck. Walked out, McDonald's bag. I'd ordered 4 double quarter pounders. I'd fallen asleep. I'd thrown up in the shower, and I'd fallen asleep half on my bed with a blanket that Mum had thrown over me, and that was it.
Yeah, right.
Lucky I remembered to set my alarm. Otherwise, I was not coming.
Yeah, Wade and I have both done that before as well. Like, sometimes you come in clutch, sometimes you don't when you're drunk.
Yeah.
And I've ordered like masses amount of food on Uber Eats
Yep.
and then just fallen asleep and it's
Yeah.
been left at the door. And, then
And
you
it's
open the
not
door
cheap.
yeah.
It's never
And you open
cheap.
the door in the morning and you just got cold McDonald's sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad in winter because it's still safe to eat, but you wouldn't want to be eating it in summer. Actually, probably still be hot. Yeah, I don't know, eh?
No.
Yeah, some things you do when you're drunk.
But sometimes I'm good and my drunk me thanks myself because I've
Yeah.
left like a big 1.5 litre bottle of water in the fridge or on my bedside table. Like sometimes I come in clutch for myself. Sometimes I hate myself. I actually hate myself all the time, but like.
Yeah, it's just a fact of life.
Mm.
Like usually, if I'm going out, when I used to go out all the time, now like I don't go out.
No,
We really don't drink anymore.
it's really boring. We drink, but we don't drink.
We don't like get
We
hammered.
recreationally drink over some food.
Yeah,
We don't like.
love a palm in a pint.
The purpose of the meat isn't the alcohol there.
Yeah, and I used to be. Don't get me wrong. It used to be like that, but yeah, I used to when I go out. I used to plan it deliberately, so that I'd reach a level of hammered during the night, and I'd stop drinking there, and I'd start drinking water.
Yeah.
And that say would be around like 1 a.m. So then by the time we're leaving at like 3 a.m., I'm actually kind of sobered up.
Yeah.
By the time I get home, I'm in a state where I actually go have a shower, drink a Gatorade, a bowl of water, go to bed and I wake up feeling right the next day.
Yeah. I do that subconsciously when I go out because I'm petrified of like now because I've done it and nearly died. Like waking up and throwing up or like
Yeah,
throwing up
true.
in my sleep.
Yep.
So one time I woke up as I was throwing up. And so ever since then now, like as soon as I get cut,
Yeah.
I just stop drinking, which is like, in hindsight, good. But, you know, at the time, it means you have that peak for a very small amount of time when you're out, and then you're like, I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
Which is, like, it's fine, but also you're like, man, I feel like a joy kill whenever I'm leaving at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
when you go out. So
I feel like I had my drinking stage when I was younger, and I was drinking every single weekend
oh, bro, I fucking
for like Friday,
I
Saturday,
don't know
and Sunday.
how I did that on
No shit, bro.
minimum wage, like fucking $9 an hour,
Yeah.
$10, $15, whatever it was. I can't remember.
Fucked. I actually, yeah, because every weekend at footy, carton.
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
carton be polished.
It's fucked.
And like now, I can't deal with the hangovers, bro. If I have a big Saturday, you remember GOG?
Yeah.
So I had the GOG. We had a wine tour, GOG, then a wine tour the next day.
Yeah.
I was fucked for like that whole week. Bearing in mind the first GOG was a huge night. Massive night.
Yeah. It's just not like
I was fucked for 4 days to recover for that. Like that was fucked. And
I can't. Yeah, bro. And even if the hangover's not that bad, even if it's like a 3-4 hour hangover, to me it just seems like such a waste, bro. Because that 3 or 4 hour hangover, you're waking up, right? Let's say you wake up because you're used to waking up so early. You still wake up at like 6 or 8 o'clock, right?
Yep.
But you don't leave your bed until midday at least.
nah, because you can't physically leave your
Yeah,
bed.
because if you wake up, the room's spinning and you're falling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You're
But then there goes like half your Sunday, and then you still got to go to shops and meal prep,
yeah.
and you're gonna eat shit.
I just can't afford, like, with that busy. I still remember that time we went out and I woke up at your house. I stayed at your house. You remember that time that we
Yeah.
simultaneously opened the doors and we just recorded
Yeah,
each
we
other?
both recorded, like without, because I think we messaged each other and we're like,
You up?
hey bro, you up?
Yeah.
And that was it. We're like,
Yeah.
yeah man, like I feel fucked. And then I was gonna come into your room and film you, like,
And I was going to come
dead.
into yours and film
and then
you.
we both opened the door and we're both filming and we're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, nah. That's the one bit I miss. Not the one bit.
Yeah,
but,
we
like,
had some fucking good
the
times.
good things about being like fucked, and then the next day you have stories to tell. You go into each other's room, or like
Yeah.
you meet up for breakfast, and you're like, bro, what the fuck happened?
I just remember that time in the city for Wade's birthday where like we all went out obviously and then came back and we all reconvened in the morning and all went out for breakfast. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when we stayed in the city.
Over to that was bad.
Yeah, no, that was. Oh, and
Oh.
Wade.
Shout out to Wade. Love
whose
Wade.
birthday it was first of all, but we'll get to that in a second. Was sleeping on the floor, and it was his birthday, and he was the one that ended up sleeping on the floor.
No, because you guys had all left, and it was just me and Wade left out, and it was late, like early morning, and we're like,
Yeah,
and we
all
got back to the
sleeping
hotel, and I was like, I fucking left my jacket at the court. So we worked all the way back to the court, smashed on the fucking door, and I was like, yo, I left my jacket in there. Guy went and got it.
What a king.
Yeah, brought it back out, and then as you were saying,
Yeah, we're all sleeping on beds, and Wade was like last.
me and Wade slept on the floor.
Yeah, tears. Anyway, so we have the breakfast in the morning, hungover, feeling really sick,
Like,
headaches, borderline passing out, and Wade's driving us back.
love Wade, by the
By the
way.
way, love Wade.
He's the boy.
This motherfucker's blasting music, max decibels, and we're like hungover, dying, and he's just like
Like, I swear, as soon as he got in the car, like, he's like, legit, like, single hand motion, just,
fully all the way
up.
max volume.
and me and you got the windows down,
And I'm just dying, and I'm like, bro.
and he's gone Max Verstappen spec in the traffic. He's weaving.
flying, listen to Joyner Lucas.
I got out of
blasting the music.
I got out of that car when I got home, man. I just ran straight to the shower and threw up everywhere.
Yeah, nah, that was look, love Wade, but that was brutal.
That was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pain though.
Yeah, what a fucking memories, eh? We had some good times.
Yeah, that's
when
what I
we were
mean.
kids.
It's every time you talk about it, you want to do it again, and then you're
Yeah.
like,
Then I just don't.
Nah.
You can't really because karting's like every Saturday
yeah,
now. So.
exactly. Well, speaking of karting, we'll get to it in a second.
get-
Because while we're on
speaking of being
alcohol,
drunk.
yeah, we're going to alcohol of the hour. So
You're courtesy of yourself.
yeah,
this
so
time,
I
mate.
got, I don't have high hopes for this one, man. We've not had some good run-ins the last week or so.
I'm pretty sure there's a beer still, eh?
I think it is.
It's a sour. It's a sour.
Pirate,
It's a fruit sour.
Bro, my head hurts. I'm
Yeah.
not looking forward to this. Pirate Life Brewing Acai and Passion Fruit. It's a sour,
It's a fruit sour.
and now I know that sounds.
I don't mind
appetizing.
sours.
Yeah, it sounds appetizing, acai and passion fruit, but
Actually, now I remember this, I don't think it's good.
oh, you've tried it.
I think I might have. Well, I don't know if I've tried it, but I'm pretty sure I know someone that's had the acai one. But anyway, mate.
Dude, my stomach is not okay right now.
Oh, it doesn't smell good. Doesn't smell good at all.
I don't want
bro.
to smell it, man. on. Come on, man.
Doesn't even smell like.
Bro, it smells like off wine.
I was gonna say it smells like yeast.
I don't even want to drink it, man. It just reminds me of what we had last week or the week before?
Last week we had that fucking that green can that was arguably the worst thing that's ever entered my mouth. Fuck that.
Joseph, man.
Dad actually drunk the other black one
and he fucking hated it.
Hated it. I walked in the next day and I was like, "Hey man, seen you drunk our next alcohol of the hour, but what do you think of it?" And he's like, "Honestly, it was the worst thing I've ever tasted. You're fucking glad you didn't drink it." And I was like, "Well,
thanks for that. That's a review without needing us to review it."
So
anyway, the black one. Cheers to episode 12.
1-2, mate.
Oh, fuck, Jesus Christ. Not that bad. I actually don't mind it.
Neither do I.
If we hadn't kept this out for so long and it was like ice cold.
Kind of refreshing, actually.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Mm.
Okay.
You heard it here.
It's very light coloured, eh?
It is. It's really orange or brown in texture. Taste, look, appearance.
It might taste really bad because it's 7:40 at night and I'm actually drinking another coffee for the day. I have not been sleeping lately and I should not be having that, but sometimes you need it, mate.
Sometimes you need the coffee and beer combo.
Yeah.
Definitely more passion fruit than it is acai.
Thank fuck, because acai does not taste good by itself.
Yeah. But anyway, karting. So obviously you're hungover, threw up on the Saturday morning for karting.
Still
rocked
up to pick the trailer up before you were there.
Well, just typical me. I got a reputation to uphold.
I feel like it's a Josh thing though, because I don't think I'm ever prompt. Like to get to Brad's house to watch the race.
I don't think we're ever punctual.
No,
it's really something I should work on.
Personality trait, really.
Yeah, and I'm very judgmental towards people who say this is me, accept it. I'm not going to change. Yep. But in this situation, this is me, accept it. I'm not going to change. Accept it. I've tried.
I think we all have though. I think Adam is the friend of the group that is punctual or
Adam
on time.
Is really punctual. He shows up.
But I think he expects me and you now. If we say we're going to be there at 12:30, he's not leaving home till.
I'm fully prepared to sit in my car and wait for you and just watch a YouTube video when I rock up to your house.
Yeah. I'm about the same.
I'll just sit there and be like, cool. I've got shit to watch.
Well, it's like I rocked up to your nan's house to pick that trailer up.
Yeah.
And I was out there talking to your mum, your dad, your nan, and your auntie for about 10 minutes before you
never met any of them in your life.
Never. Obviously your mum and your dad.
Yeah, but like.
But the other two,
nah.
Ended up talking to them about the mango tree, the front wall out there, everything. And then you rocked up and I was like, oh, here he is.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
It's a Josh thing, mate. It is a Josh thing.
It's definitely, I mean, look, be punctual, people.
Yeah. Anyway.
Karting. So I felt like a kid on Christmas because getting my new chassis.
I almost forgot about that. I don't know how.
My new chassis. So we pulled up, just took your cart down. We didn't actually take our carts.
Yep.
Because the old Luca was bringing them down for us. Pulls up with his truck, unveils them. So nice.
Dude.
Looks so nice. Dude. I can't.
Yeah, and it's bad because at the moment I'm like looking to purchase my first house, so I don't really want to dip into my house deposit. Well, when I seen those carts come out of that truck, I was like, "Fuck me, they are sexy."
Every bit of it, eh?
Oh, there's not one but
the NASA panel, the hubs,
so good, bro.
The frame, the steering wheel, bro.
Oh. And it was just good having Luca down there. Obviously, he knows a lot about the sport.
Yeah, so he was setting up our carts and stuff. And, typical me thinking I know better, I was still wanting to make changes. But I was like, no, I'm going to listen to him.
I think it's a bit of a change, though, because,
And now I've got to make this commitment to just not touch my cart and just spend.
He obviously knows in the long term how it'll be quicker.
Yeah, and he knows how it should be driven, I guess. So
it's DR getting used to the McLaren, mate. That's what you got to do.
Exactly. So it's me adjusting to the chassis. So anyway, get on, practice.
Mm-hmm.
Still, everything was a bit not set up to me because, I was too tall. So, I had to move the pedals back and shit. Got a personal best in a chassis that I still didn't feel comfortable with. So I'm happy with that. Brad improved as well. And it was like a mixed bag of a weekend. And the final race comes in. Now I'm looking for a podium. And Brad's up there in terms of position, but he started from last because we both had issues with our engine. So both of us each had a race where we started from the back. And that race where we both started from the back, he actually had two where he started from the back.
Yeah, I was going to say he had two.
Because I had one where I was starting in front for the second race.
And he DNF'd the first one.
He did. So
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, that's right. Because he. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought we had to wait for him to catch up. So when we did the first start.
Because you were second, eh?
I was second.
Yep.
And both of us at the front thought we had to wait because they didn't turn the light off at the end of the straight until we hit the corner, which usually means like do another lap.
You're basically in formation going down this straight, and you all floor it.
2 lines.
And there's a red light at the end of the
at the end of the straight, and if they turn that off, it means we're racing. If they keep the red light on, it means do another formation lap. Yeah, exactly. So they didn't turn it off. So we're like, okay, well, we'll obviously do another formation lap.
Yep.
They turn it off right as the corner comes in. An old mate friggin' from last race weekend,
Matty Pierce,
flying down the inside of me. I was like, oh, fucking guess we're racing then. Anyway.
That was dangerous.
It was. Because he scratched my fucking new chassis.
And he was, did he?
Yeah, bro. That's what
that's that mark on the side.
I thought it was from old mate, but old mate in that same race who crashed out, he didn't hit my kart. He just dived on the inside, hit the curb, got caught on it, and was insane. Yeah, so he bumped into me on the start of the race, and I was like, you're kidding. But I didn't think he damaged it. I just thought, whatever, until I looked at the end of the race. So anyway, he took off. It was dangerous, but whatever. And then I maintained third the whole race. And then I was keeping up with second, and I was catching him. And then I got under pressure from behind. So naturally, I got a bit slow, just defending constantly. I was pretty proud of my defense, actually. And then, he dived on the inside and fucked up and was off. So anyway, that was a third place finish. And then over the weekend, I didn't realise, but last race, I actually was on for a podium.
Yep.
So.
First podium.
Yeah, it would have been my first podium, trophy, everything.
Yep.
So the last race was pretty hectic.
It was, mate.
So I wasn't aware.
I was in the viewer's seat to watch this unfold.
So here's my point of view of the race, and we'll go back to it. But so start off the race, decent start, but was trying to keep up with the leaders, but I got caught up behind a guy that was slower than me.
Yeah. Which was notorious that he did that a couple of races, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in Tony. So he's in Tony kart. He was in a KA engine, and I was caught up behind him. Took ages, and then was just trying to get by him. Finally got by him after a few laps, and was maintaining third place. And I was like, cool, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I think colder tires and everything. So I kept hitting the curve and just kept screwing up a little bit. And then the second to last corner, I almost slid out, maintained, held a thing, but I lost a position. And I was like, fuck, there goes my chance of a podium. And then after a couple of laps, I realized, she's actually already had a DNF. She's actually not on for a podium.
No.
I'm still on for a third here. Didn't realize I was actually on for a second. But just fucking forget about that one. So keep going, chasing after her, maintaining a sort of gap. And then, I come across Brad. And I was like, that's weird. Don't remember him starting ahead of me, but must have. And I thought, okay, well, he's looked behind, he's seen me, but I don't think he's letting me by because I thought he was still racing. And then he does let me by, but right at the last second. So I slam the brakes and I'm sliding into the dipping hairpin.
Yeah.
So I've lost a lot of time. And then the guy who was behind me was right on my ass. And then coming into the bus stop corner, I don't know, I lock up my brakes, spin out, and then he comes flying and smashes into my brand new chassis, mounts on top of me, and I'm wanting to neck.
Yep.
And eventually we push each other off, finish the race in whatever position, I think 4th or 5th. And I was like, well, I'm not on for a podium. It is what it is. I missed out. Turns out,
Second place.
Finished second place overall.
Second place, buddy. So congratulations is in order.
Thanks, but we walked home without a trophy.
We did. We left without the trophy.
Fucking idiot.
By that stage, I think Brad had enough because he had the incident.
Well, yes. So we can get to that now. So the reason why Brad was ahead of me was because he was getting lapped, and that's because on the second lap, he got into a massive crash.
It was a big pile up because I had to slam my brakes on and slide to avoid hitting Brad's new chassis, and I smashed old mate out of the way.
Yeah, and so someone was also on top of his cart and bent
his.
What are they called? Yeah,
not that any of these guys have any idea what I'm talking about.
So essentially, no steering.
No steering.
And his NASA panel as well. So his
brand new cart.
And a brand new cart, so that's a lot of damage. And we were both pissed. But yeah, obviously he's a bit more in a little shit situation. But overall, we both love the karts, and that's what matters.
Speaking of new things, it's not anything to do with racing. But I remember as a child, right? I'm really close with my cousin now, Jake.
Yep.
He's
the king.
The king.
Yeah.
Big Mobes. I remember back in the day, every time I used to get a good Christmas present, like an RC car or some shit, I'd be really excited to use it.
RC cars are so good,
yeah.
man.
and we'd go up to down to their house in Mandurah for Christmas every year. That was just a tradition. I used to want to take it every time. Obviously, new present, I want to play with it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that motherfucker would take my present and break it on the first day.
Bro.
9 times out of 10, RC cars, helicopters, anything. He would take it, play with it, destroy it, and it wouldn't work after that one day. And it was absolutely heartbreaking as a kid. Because I feel like when we were younger, didn't have the life that I've come to live to now. You know, we're doing it a little bit tough, you know?
Yeah.
So I appreciated those things because I know that my parents worked hard for it, or mum at 100%. One stage. And we'd go there and it'd be destroyed on the first day. And Mans was heartbroken, bro.
As you would be.
Absolutely gutted. And I feel like it's the same with that chassis.
Yeah,
bro. You're a kid in a candy store, you're happy as fuck, and then it's always bad to get that first scratch on something new, though. It's like a new car.
Well, it doesn't even sound anything compared to what Brad experienced, but when I first saw that scratched sticker and everything, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I had 3, probably a total of 13 laps.
Yeah. Before
I had damage on it. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
You just can't have anything nice. I knew I had a dream the night before we actually karted, that race day, and I had a dream we both crashed.
I knew you were nervous because first chassis and you took it to
a race.
And
I knew because I told you I was nervous about crashing. I figured, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So,
spoke it into reality, mate.
Yep. And this time I'm going to speak into reality. I'm going to set some record pace at Bunbury when we go this weekend.
I'm keen. I'm so addicted to karting. Is all I think about.
Dude, I don't even want to. Bro, if I could just do that only.
Yeah.
For the rest of my... Yeah, whatever.
Speaking of second place finishes, during the week, mate, me and you, and I think Brady as well, we hit a deadlift session, or just me and you. Hit a PB myself, went from a 180 PB to 217.5 kilos.
Yeah, this is what... So I watched back our podcast, and when I was talking about the gym and how I was like, my bunda's getting big, so I had to jump to put on... And you were like, I think I know what you're about to talk about. Is this what you were thinking I was going to go into?
No, because we didn't talk. We didn't have the deadlift by then.
We had done it by then.
Had we?
Yep.
Oh, well, anyway, I'd hit my PB deadlift.
Yep.
And I was over the moon. So leading up to this, all right, I got to leave the belt now. And Melling didn't have his belt there. So he'd stopped deadlifting at about 140.
I think I tried to do 160. I did 160. I just did 1 rep of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, this belt feels way too uncomfortable. I'm just going to stop there.
Whereas I had an alternative motive to hit this deadlift. And I was feeling all right. So I kept working up to the weight. And then I got to we'd already 200 went up easy.
200, I was like, yep, this guy's going to get because your best was 200 conventional before that, was it?
Nah, best was 180.
Yeah.
Conventional. 200 sumo.
So 180 came up, looked good. 200 came up, looked good, and I was like, well, this guy's already got a PB, but I reckon he's going to beat his sumo best, which sumo best is 200. 210?
210.
Yeah. Go on. Keep going.
Well, up until this point, right, Melling's PB deadlift was 215 kilos.
It was.
I wanted to beat 210. So, put on the bar 215. Failed it once. Melling's sitting there going, I could have got it up, let's be honest here.
I looked at him and I was like,
My form was a little off.
Yeah. I was like, you could have got that up, bro.
Yeah. So, did it again.
Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah.
Just psyched myself out, didn't just keep pulling through.
Yeah.
I think I did 215 again, did I? No.
No, you did.
And then Brady was like, well, if you're going to pull it again, we've got to add an extra 2.5 kilos to it.
Yeah.
Solely because of toxic masculinity that if I couldn't hit 215 and somehow mustered the courage to hit 217, I would beat Melling's PB.
Yeah.
Which is how it should be.
Absolutely. And I think I told you, I don't know if you did one more attempt or this was the attempt, but I told you, you're squatting down too much.
I think I did this attempt, and then you told me.
So, yeah, you tried one more time for 217.5 this time.
Yep.
You failed. And I was watching him, and he, had squatted down.
Pretty much gone to a 90.
Yeah, he squatted down pretty much to 90 degrees when he does his start of his deadlift, which is, such a waste of energy.
Yeah.
My man, you can get this. You're just squatting down too much. Just hinge a bit more, a little bit less.
Yeah.
Go for more a 45-degree angle of your knees and give it another go. Because, you've got this. You're literally at your knees pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I'm helping him get it. But in the back of my head, I'm like, if he gets this, I'm going to fucking be pissed.
Yeah.
And I was like to Brady, I was like, if he gets this, something's going to happen.
So
anyway.
I step up. No warm-up or anything. No psych. I literally stepped up, wrapped my shit around, my wrist wraps around.
That's the other thing you did. You psyched yourself out heaps.
Yeah. And I just walked in and I just pulled it. And when I tell you that was my max, I was seeing stars. My ears hurt, my neck hurt, my throat hurt, my mouth hurt, my chest hurt. I felt something come out my nose that it was blood.
You feel like you're going to pass out.
Yeah.
When you max, your head feels like it's about to explode, man.
So I pulled it, and obviously everyone was like, yeah, good job.
Fuck king.
And then I look at Melling cunt, and he's walking around. I was going to say, try not to say cunt.
Yeah, we're going to stop trying to say that because it's probably not good.
Yeah.
If we want any future in this whatsoever.
Yeah. But I look over, I see Melling posting in circles going, and men being men, healthy competition.
It is.
Decided that he too needed a deadlift just to beat 217.
Yeah, so I went back to my car to double check I hadn't left my belt there. And
this was an ordeal, by the way. He had to go check his car.
I went to go check my car, couldn't find the belt, and I was like, fuck, whatever. Yeah. I'll see if I can make do with this belt.
I had a screwdriver on deck, adjusted the belt for him and everything just so it fit him.
So I went to pick up 160, which is where I left off. Went okay. 180, kind of really flew up because by this stage I had some adrenaline in me. And
flew up is an understatement.
I was kind of mad.
200 flew up that quick. It looked like it was going to go through the roof. It flew. And as soon as I seen 200 flew, I looked at Brady and I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, so I went up in 20 kilo increments. So then next up was 220. And like as I said, my previous best was 215. 220 has been something that's haunted me for ages.
5 plates. 5 20 kilo plates on the bar each side.
And then, I lifted it.
You ripped that shit off the ground.
But then after I'd done that, that was the only figure I had in mind because I was just so mad that you'd beaten me.
Yeah.
With all healthy competitiveness aside. Because, and then so I got 220 up, and after that, like looking back at the video, I could have done more, but physically, after all that adrenaline subsided, I was taxed. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Worst workout after that.
Was fucked.
Yeah. But it's just that competitive thing. It's whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's F1.
I had a motive to hit the deadlift in the first place, which I'm going to say is a competitive thing.
It was.
And now, as soon as I hit it,
my motive just appeared.
I'm pretty sure I instantly looked in the mirror and I seen your face and you're like, and I was like, well, he's deadlifting now.
I was like, good job, man. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like swallowing my pride. And I actually said to Brady, I was like, if I don't hit this deadlift, I'm driving into oncoming traffic.
Yep.
And So, but we have, as we've said before, we have competitiveness with everything. F1, karting, weightlifting.
Like you can
you so 2 out of 3 compounds, you're stronger than me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't accept.
You can't accept 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3.
Yeah. And I feel like even with karting, like at the moment, obviously, I'm pretty new to it and I'm learning everything. But once I get to a similar pace between like you guys, or I can fight, you already know the competitiveness is going to come out.
Yeah, it will. But I also think karting will be the one thing that like karting, if you were, let's say, out of reach better than me, I would be pissed. If it was like fightable competitiveness where we're on a similar sort of level to each other and you can have some good races and it's like anyone's way, that's when it's good. Fun.
Which is what we have at F1 2021
Which
now.
is where we're at the moment. Because most tracks were pretty similar.
Yeah,
some of us are better than others. So
yeah.
But it's like, it's fun.
It
because now, like, I haven't really had a chance to race with Brad still, which has still surprised me because of obviously the weekend and just the issues. There was one race where we were both stuck behind a slow guy and I was on their tail and I was actually going to dive it past Brad, but I figured what's the point because like we were both stuck behind this guy. But yeah, I can't wait to get to the point where you, me and Brad are on similar levels and hopefully we're at the front fighting.
Yeah, I'd like to fight.
3-way fight, mate. It'll be fun as hell. And we're all going to be going home pretty much in the same car afterwards, so we're not going to be fuckheads to each other, are we? So
there'll be healthy competition there, and obviously there's always shit talking no matter what with us.
Yeah, I'm hanging out for King of the Hill and States, but King of the Hill especially at Wendowie because it's got like 40 carts. It's like qualifying. It's like a 2-day race weekend.
I'm keen for that. I'm hoping I can get to the pace before then.
Mate, we're going to want, if we're in lights, we're going to be, even if we're in medians, if we're in medians, it's going to be like mid to low 35s. If we're going to be in lights, we're going to be in like mid to high 34s. That's the kind of pace we need to find.
Jesus.
I need to find a second.
And
part of that comes from losing 15 kilos.
Yeah. I was going to say, if I can get down to lightweight, which is if I have to lose about 12 kilos.
I think you'll be in the 36s.
Yeah.
Weight alone. But I know for a fact, what I want next time we go out to Wendowie, we'll get like GoPros.
Yeah.
And we'll put side by side and see what one's doing in the other. We're rambling so much.
Yeah, we are. We've talked for 33 minutes.
Who cares?
Nah, we're having a catch up, mate. But just speaking of the kart track.
Yeah.
So I had something happen to me on the weekend, and we've covered this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So I'm about to go out, and I was like, I need to go for a piss.
Yeah.
So I went for a piss, and the toilets are one down, and those little demountables, pretty cramped. Urinal, tiny.
Yeah.
3 little cubicles.
Yeah.
1 urinal, not separated. It's a silver tray about a meter wide.
Probably about a meter wide.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Any sane fucking man their mind, when you see 3 open cubicles, does not walk to the urinal to piss when someone's in it. So I'm having a piss in the urinal, and dead ass, this old codger walks in, and he bloody stops, all right? And he goes, fuck, that urinal's tiny, eh? There's not a lot of room over there. Proceeds to walk over to the urinal that I'm pissing out. Doesn't even try to put himself up against the wall. He's brushing shoulders with me. Oh my
God.
Whips his little pendick out or whatever. And Turbo just starts pissing.
And it's splashing back at
you. And it's splashing and like it's an open urinal.
Oh my.
There was space between him and the wall and Turbo's rubbing his shoulder against me. I instantly just stopped pissing, flopped my dick in my underwear and walked out. I can't piss next to you. Old mate's sitting there like fucking painting the S on the urinal, and I'm like, that's an unwritten rule you just broke, my boy.
Especially like,
you don't understand. Because the piss is splashing off the back of that thing.
Yeah, dude.
I'm getting hit with old mate's piss.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucked. It was an absolute shit show, mate. I tell you. That's when I came out to you and I was like, boy, have I got something to tell you.
Yeah, and I was wondering what you remember.
I just got pissed on by fucking Turbo on the toilets.
Jesus.
There's 3 free urinals, and old mate's like, I'm going to be the sussest bloke at this whole event. Come rub shoulders with old mate in this guy. It's like, come on, working with. I think it's an old man thing. I don't think I have any shame. It's like back in the day when you
go on a swimming lesson and you're like a 7-year-old kid, and like you've got friggin' Grant just sitting there with his schlong out, and you're like, is this legal? Like,
you walk into
I'm 11 years old, and he's slapping it about.
That's borderline can't be legal. That's almost catching a case. If you are like primary school, like 11,
what I'm saying.
And Grant's in the change rooms with his schlong out between his legs, standing there with his hands on his hip, going, "Hey, how are you, fella?" That can't be legal.
Imagine if you. No, I'm going to bring that. Worst scenario to ever think of, so it doesn't matter.
What about when I remember I walked in once and my principal was in the toilets and old mate was hitting the towel between the legs, up and down, naked in the swimming pool.
Yeah, the old credit card with the towel.
Yeah, straight up the arse cheeks.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a good
That
look.
can't be... That shouldn't
There's
be
got to be some sort of fine line between...
Like, at least book the whole swimming centre out. Because as an 11-year-old kid, I don't want to see Travis's dick hanging down between his legs.
Cannot deal with it.
Nah. It's just not right.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're going to stay on the topic of racing because it was just the Australian F1 weekend. And quite frankly, we don't give a fuck. We can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's good to see Leclerc won again. And
fuck Red Bull.
Even better to see Max Verstappen retiring.
Max for crapping.
Very good to see.
Fuck, I hate
Ricardo and Norris obviously finishing, 5th and 6th?
Yep.
6th and 7th. No, 5th and 6th.
5th and 6th, man.
Yeah, no, it was
Norris
just a good
dropped a
weekend.
place and Ricardo gained a place. Yep.
Yeah, and we just... Yeah, that was pretty much on Sunday. So Leclerc's looking...
The Ferrari just looks
on his way to a championship. Sainz is looking...
Sainz is
like he's under pressure.
Outclassed to fuck.
Yep. Mercedes is like improving, which is good.
I reckon they were similar race pace to the Red Bulls.
They were lapping at a similar pace at one stage.
Well, one stage I think
once tyre deck kicks in, I think they're about the same.
Hamilton was catching Perez at one stage.
Yeah, he was.
So
he was literally within DRS the lap that Perez pitted.
Yeah.
So
which is obviously always going to happen for Red Bull.
Should have just followed him into the pits.
He probably should have actually. Yeah, would have been smart. And then obviously he got screwed over by the safety car again, and George got the better of that one.
Yeah, Hamilton the last 3 out of 4 races, no luck with the safety car.
I mean, let's not even talk about the end of last season.
Let's just
go 4 out of 5 races.
Yeah, well.
But even the McLarens found a bit of pace at Australia. I think it did suit their car.
Yeah, well, they did say high speed corners are better.
Yeah. I mean, even Danny Rick looked quicker than Lando on the mediums at the start.
Yeah, I think logically they should have swapped them. Given Daniel
time to try to fight those Mercedes and
try and fight Russell.
Yeah, because they were catching.
Yeah, but overall, pretty good weekend.
Pretty good weekend. I was pissed I wasn't there. Absolutely livid.
Me too. Imola is next 2 weeks' time, and I'm keen for that to see if there's any upgrades. There's not really going to be too much in terms of overtaking there, though. Just
it's not.
Just turn.
I mean,
one.
sometimes you get some overtaking through that chicane at the back there.
Yeah, turn 1 and turn what? 1, 2.
Turn
three,
1.
four,
I'd even
five.
say
Turn 5. That's that hairpin before the fast left into the flat out right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Imola at the back of my hand now.
Yeah, it was just again purely because when I got pretty good at Imola, I was quick, and I remember we were doing a co-op career mode, and I was
just smashing me.
smashing you.
I was out of the race.
Yeah, but lap times I was absolutely over him, and then stopped playing F1 for a couple of weeks, come back, and
well, hey man, what's your time?
old mate's half a second quicker than me a lap or something like that.
Yeah.
Another healthy competition.
Oh, it's just whatever. Like, if it's something I can get better at, and someone's better than me at it, I hate it. I'm a sore loser, man. I can't like. As I said, karting's probably the only thing I'm not a sore loser at, and even then I'm pissed.
Yeah.
But like, if it's a close battle and I lose, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like other games, like when we first got 2K and Adam was blatantly better than me at it because he's played 2K before and I've never played 2K. And then I versed him in a 1v1 and I got so pissed off when he kept scoring on me.
Yeah.
He just annoyed the fuck out
It's
of me.
demoralising.
Yeah. I had no reason to be that pissed for losing because I had no reason to be better than him.
Remember angry?
And same with basketball, bro.
Yeah. It's just a male thing. Do you reckon girls are like that, though? Because I honestly can't picture... I think girls are petty bitchy about it, but I actually can't imagine a girl putting time and effort into becoming better at something.
Yeah, maybe not time and effort, but I know, like, Jen, for example, is competitive. Like, her and her sisters.
Yeah, but they all lift and everything like that.
Yeah, so, like, that sort of thing, and they'll, like, compete. That side of things, but I don't think, like, let's say I'm better than Jen at golf, right? She's not going to go in her own time to the driving range and just swing after swing after swing. She would just be like, well, this is stupid anyway, I don't like golf. Which is pretty much what she did. She's like, I don't like going to a driving range because I'm not good at golf.
Yeah.
And I was like, fair enough.
Whatever, Jen. I'm more thinking about just girls on girls.
Yeah, nah.
Like, say...
They'll put each other down, I think.
I just think girls are bitchy, man. I think
they'll
girls are like, even like back in high school, they were always petty.
She ain't shit, she's a slut.
Yeah.
Like, rather than
like, yeah, she's just better than me.
Oh, she's fake.
Or she's just better looking than me.
Yeah.
Like, anything, bro. Like, if someone's better at makeup, it's always, you'll just be like, oh, fucking, her eyebrows are shit. Or that shit. Or she doesn't even do that. Like, I feel like girls are just bitchier about it. And guys will just be like,
I mean,
yeah,
guys
fucking better at me than that.
I mean, with guys, like, if it's guys are better looking, you just be like, fuck, that guy's handsome as shit.
Yeah,
like,
ain't no homo. Daniel Rick.
Daniel Ricciardo, Charles
sexy
Leclerc,
man.
bro.
I would suck this guy dry.
Yeah.
No homo.
Like a vacuum,
I'd
bro.
be on my fucking knees on that podium right there, sucking that bit of Italian Australian meat.
We'll just say that they're a handsome guy, and if they're bigger than us, your automatic default will be he's on the gear. But you would then be like, well, I got to up my game or jump on.
Yeah.
Basically.
I said this. There's a guy that goes to Revo, and I was saying this to. Yeah, I seen him I see him every morning.
Yep.
And he's a fucking animal, bro. Like really good proportions. Calves could use work.
Just quietly, Asians have insane genetics.
Bro, they always do. Daryl, beast.
Dude, first of all, Daryl trains hard, but like just
he's
all that aside, like if I train just as hard as an Asian guy, right? The insertions that they have versus like, you know, they just have the perfect like round muscle bellies, like the tight waist,
the
legs.
shoulders.
For some reason, the quads always look so
quads
nice.
always look popping on Asians, and their shoulders,
And
bro.
their
They're always
shoulders
wide,
and
man.
their arms, bro. Just good
This
genetics.
guy's a beast, bro. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I need to up my fucking game, man. I need to get better. Hence why now I've started my cut. Because I've looked at myself. I came over and get my chest tattoo the other day.
That was not English, but you want to try that again? A chest tattoo.
Let's start it.
Yeah. Your chest tattoo.
Yeah, I came over and getting my chest tattoo. And I was like, hey, Mum, look at my chest tattoo. And she's like, you got boobs.
You're like, thanks, Mum.
And I was like, it's fucking muscle, Mum. What do you She's like, nah, they're boobs. You need a bra.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thanks, Mum.
thanks for the body positivity, Mum. I don't already hate myself because my body dysmorphia is not peaking at the moment. But
Bro,
thanks for telling me I got boobs.
I am 2 weeks away from starting my cut, so I'm peak, like, end of my bulk, and I physically feel sick every time I look in the mirror,
I
bro.
hate what I hate it.
There's a distinct type of shirt and like singlet combo or like pants combo where I'm like, okay, I look alright. Soon as I take that shit off, bro,
I hate myself.
I want to. Oh, I hate
Yeah.
myself. And that's just part of being natty. Like, obviously you can bulk and main gain and all that sort of shit where it's like a little bit more lean and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, you probably works out better in the long run. But like, it is what it is.
I think it's a difficult thing though, because I'm thinking like,
It's good feeling strong. Like, for example, when I hit that deadlift, that was the one time I had some serotonin in me. Or some dopamine, whatever you want to call it.
Because at the moment training fucking sucks.
That's what I was about to get to. My body dysmorphia.
I think we talked about this last week as well.
Yeah, my body dysmorphia paired up with how much I am hating training at the moment.
Dude, getting up at 4:30.
Life is a chore. Life is a chore.
The only thing I enjoy at the moment is karting.
Yeah, and I'm too fat for karting for my weight.
We're all overweight for the weight class.
I'm weighing in at medium right now.
Yep.
But I'm entering lights. I'm 20 kilos pretty much overweight, so I got to lose. My new chassis.
That's a fair bit of weight.
Yeah, my new chassis brought that down a little bit because my old chassis was probably about 90 kilos. My new one's about 80. But I'm still 174, 175. So I got to get a new.
Still 15 kilos
Yeah,
overweight.
I got to get a new battery, which will hopefully cut about 1 to 2 kilos, and then I'm going to try and lose weight to about 80 kilos.
I'm going to cut down.
I'm 91, 92 at the moment, bro.
Yeah, see,
fuck.
and then
That's the heaviest I've ever been.
You're like 8 kilos heavier than me,
bro.
And I'm fat at the moment.
And I'm feeling every bit of that. I'm like,
I'd like to take you up on a running race.
I'm getting to the
Probably
point.
take a detour and head to the fucking bakery that you
Bro. I'm getting to the point where if I
Where's
gain...
Mellingo's at fucking Zambrero? He's getting a pit stop snack.
I hate eating right now too. I'm getting to the point where if I bend over to tie my laces in 2 kilos time, I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
I'm needing a friggin' ventilator, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
fucked.
not fun. I
But-
hate training, man.
Yeah.
Biceps especially.
Biceps are always
Biceps
shit,
is
bro.
the worst thing to train ever.
Shit bad. The fuck is
We've
that?
rambled for about 45 minutes.
42, mate. It's all good though.
Jesus.
I got a question for you, right?
Yep.
This
Fire
is
away.
completely. This is not. We haven't. I'm not led into
who
this
cares?
at all.
Who cares?
All right. I think we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
and I just keep seeing it, bro. Like I seen another TikTok today, and this girl's like, I don't care what any of you say. I've wanted to fuck every single one of my guy best friends.
Oh.
And in the comments, bro, girls are like, yeah, me too, 100%. And I'm like, how y'all want boyfriends that trust? Because I consider myself pretty trusting.
Yeah.
I've never, ever, will ever stop my girlfriend having guy friends. But how the fuck are you meant to be, like, trusting and confident when every time you go on TikTok, it's some girl saying she wants to fuck all her best friends, and the whole girl squad jumps in and goes, yeah, I've thought about it all as well. Like,
Yeah.
to what level is a girl and a guy best friend not able to be friends now? Because I'm starting to think some of it could be sus.
I think so. There's 2 ways you can look at it. One, correct.
Yep.
There's got to be some sort of point, like whether it's for a split second or indefinitely. There's got to be a point of attraction between the guy and the girl for them to start talking.
There's
Whether it is for 1 second and they're like, you know what, better as a friend, or
Yeah.
you know what, I'm actually not that attracted. But there's got to be an initial attraction.
And I think there's rules to it. Like if you've grown up with them, or you know
Yeah,
the families
like,
and all that crap. Yeah.
That's an exception because I've had like friends that were on my street since I was like 3 years old, and like that's one of those ones where I wouldn't like. Just she could be friggin' Megan Fox, and I don't think I'd ever like
Yeah.
have
You
found
just,
her attractive.
in your head, you're like, never.
It's just basically
Yeah.
family. Or let's say it's a friend of like your mate's girlfriend or something
Yeah.
like you weren't forced into knowing. You were forced into getting to know them. You weren't actually going to get to know them by choice.
Yeah.
So those ones, they're fair enough because at the end of the day, like there's some people who are just funny,
Yeah.
and you're like, you know what, they're actually pretty funny, or like they're actually pretty cool. But as a general consensus, there's got to be at some stage some sort of attraction.
And I never used to think this. I was just so like innocent, like not innocent, but I guess naive, and I'm like, nah, because I don't think that sex should be a thing in friendships. If you get along with someone, you get along with someone. But like everything I'm seeing on social media, from the girls and the guys, because guys are just as bad. Don't get me wrong. You see TikToks of guys going like, oh, finally made it out of the friend zone, been trying to get with my best friend for like 5 years.
I was gonna say the friend zone, bro, is just you're not attractive enough to them. Whatever it is, like the friend, there's a reason.
Guys are persistent, and I can say from experience here.
Yep.
Guys, like for instance, guys know when guys want alternate things to what they say. We just have a sixth sense for it.
Yeah.
I've always said this. You agree?
Yeah.
We know when the guy wants something else, and it's like
Because we're not hard to understand. Girls are a little bit different because
girls give mixed signals on that.
yeah, but guys, we're very simple, so we know when a guy means like something else.
Yeah.
Like basically.
And this is what I'm trying to say, bro. If a guy, if that guy's trying to be there for that long, bro, he's trying to smash.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, the only other thing I can think of about first of all, I agree, but second of all, about those TikToks is like them saying that. You know how like a girl, for example, is just putting it in on socials instead of like in real life.
Yeah.
A girl will give some sort of mixed signal or like some sort of hope that there's a chance, so that the guy stays on and keeps giving her the attention and everything like that. So then like maybe the girl's just posted that TikTok to be like, yeah, we've all thought about smashing our like guy best friend, so that they still have that guy best friend giving them the attention.
You've gone real deep with this.
Yeah.
You think there's an alternative motive to posting their
Bro,
TikTok?
They like could be. Who knows?
Guys are just as bad. Don't get me wrong. Guys
But
can
in
say,
saying
oh,
that,
she's just a girlfriend and then fuck them. But like, it's just both ways these days, man. It's so like social media's fucked as it is. But I'm just going through and I'm like, how are y'all meant to have successful, healthy relationships when literally every third video on TikTok's like, oh, I just want to
I think it's all set up.
being friends with my guy best friend for 4 years now. I'm finally gonna like ask or kiss him, or this girl. Yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to. What was it? I wanted to fuck all my guy best friends. It's so fucked, bro. It's so
just a
fucked.
bunch of people who aren't happy trying to bring around
Yeah.
down.
It's just fucked.
It is.
I'm actually left confused now as to whether it's healthy or not. If girls and guys can be best friends.
What do you think? Do you guys think that it's even
We
possible?
might put a poll up on the
Put a
page
poll.
during the week or something, and
Yeah.
we'll discuss it next episode. Because I generally want to know what everyone thinks. Because I never used to think anything of it, and now the more I see, the more I go through life, I'm just like, is there ever anything there? And like, I mean, usually there's one person that's naive to it. What's going on?
Yeah. I think
The guy at the time will be like, man's trying to fuck, man's trying to smash. And the girl will be like, nothing's happening.
no. I honestly think the girl knows.
Yeah, so do I.
I just think they choose to ignore it for
Yeah.
like their own
That's
benefit.
what
To be honest,
I reckon sometimes the girl's like,
the girl knows 100%, and they're just like,
this
no.
ain't 100%. I'm
Bro,
not convinced yet, but
it is not hard to read a guy
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Like, the only time it is hard, apparently, to read a guy is if the girl's likes the guy more than the guy likes the girl, and the girl wants something and the guy just wants like a smash.
yeah,
That's it. Because you can tell very clearly
yeah.
when a guy likes a girl or wants to
So
smash.
many dynamics, mate.
I'm just gonna see if this is still recording.
Yeah, good idea. We're 48 minutes in, so if it's not, we're fucked. We good? How convenient was the wheelie chair to go check though, right?
Very
You had to
efficient.
stand up.
Ow. Yeah.
Yeah. You're on your phone. Are you about to?
I was just thinking, but we talked about the gym for like 30 minutes. So I'll just leave it till next time. It's
Alright.
fine. No, I mean, speaking of girls versus guys, who do you reckon is better storyteller? I have to say guys.
I don't know, bro, because we get some stories in our DMs. from
Yeah, but
guys
to be
that are
fair,
really
now
fucking
I
bad,
initially
man.
thought like guys are better storytellers, but now the last few stories, like we've had quite a lot being sent in now,
We have.
and we haven't read much because it's just like
We either forget, talk too
we
much.
either forget, we have to go through the effort of rewriting it so that it sounds
it's
good.
so badly.
Or we're just
sent
like-
in.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's just nah. Like, nah, I don't know what to tell. But
I reckon you read the one that was sent today because I've got something a little backup to it.
okay, all right, go find it.
He wanted to be anonymous, but read out
All right,
his.
so we'll keep it anonymous. And his name is keep my name anonymous.
Yep.
So when I was single back in 2020, just out of a long-term relationship, I was on Tinder and I matched with this girl that I work with. I'm gonna try and like fill in some words.
Yeah, fill in some stuff because it's a bit badly.
It's not a
written.
bad written story,
It's
but it's not a
great,
good
though.
written story.
It just doesn't flow.
She messaged me to pick her up, so I decided to pick her up from where she was drinking that night. And I thought, cool, I'm going to get my dick sucked and go.
Yep.
I head back to the motel she was staying at, and she basically kept trying to whip my dick out and suck it. Midway through, I pretended to come. First of all, like
you can't pretend.
You can't unless you're in a condom, and if she's
unless
sucking
you've smashed 4 times before that and you've got nothing left.
Yeah, that's possible. Like if you've actually came multiple times, there's sometimes you just.
I don't know how people do that, bro.
But it hurts.
Hurts, my boy.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Speaking from experience. But if she's sucking it, as I said, you can't pretend to come unless it's in a condom. But if she's sucking it, why are you getting your dick sucked with a condom, bro? You might as well just be. I don't even know. Anyway.
Oral herpes, my boy.
Yeah, well, it's not even. You can't even feel it, man.
Nah, you can't feel fuck all.
Put a friggin' parachute on.
I've never had my dick sucked with a condom on, but even just condoms in general, they're fucking. You have.
It's not great.
I wouldn't bother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he pretended to come.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if it was through getting your dick sucked, she would know.
Mm-hmm. Can't mistake
very
that taste.
clearly. But realistically, I went soft and pretended I got a call from my parents as they were in trouble. After that, I never spoke to her again, and I saw her around work after it happened, and she kept making eye contact with me, and tried to sit near me. So, like, you got a get out of jail free card with that, because she is still trying to.
If she's still trying to, you've got yourself out of a sticky situation.
Yeah.
And she's. I don't know how the fuck.
I don't know how she believed you, but she did.
She fucking has.
So at that stage, roll with the punches and
boy, roll with it.
Anyway, I haven't seen her since I had left that workplace, and I now have a partner. But it goes to show that you don't eat where you shit, or don't shit where you eat, because it got spread about the office that I fucked her when I actually went soft.
I think you take the fucker, unless she was an absolute dirty fuck. Like she
unless
was like
you're not proud of it.
If she's like a bad smash and you were like down bad,
but it seems like you couldn't get it up because you're out of a long-term relationship, which is apparently pretty normal.
Is that what he said?
Well, he said he got out of a relationship and then look. So when I was single back in 2020, I just got out of a long-term relationship, and then that's when. So maybe because he got out of a long-term relationship, had issues because he was just someone else. But also, don't smash from work. Don't do it.
Nah, don't do it in that close circle.
That is
it's too fucking risky.
Not worth it at all.
Because it just creates awkwardness, eh?
Especially if they're like same, like working under you, same level, same team, whatever. I don't know what your job is, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Going soft though, bro. I feel like it needs to be normalized a bit more. Like I feel like it happens a lot more.
Bro,
than
it can
believe,
happen from random shit, bro.
Speaking from experience, bro. If you've had a big night on alcohol and other substances,
you're pushing rope.
That we're not going to disclose here. Speaking from experience, bro. If you're in another planet, it is the chances is pretty low.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more boys I talk to and the more blokes
it's very common.
So common, bro.
I've had a hamstring cramp and then it all just goes, bro, because you're like, nah, that's it. Like I've now all my focus is dedicated to this. Yep. I've felt like I'm about to throw up.
You could fake the cum.
You could just feel sick. Like even if you don't have issues from the drinking itself, you might feel sick from the drinking, and therefore it's too hot. There's so much random shit. Maybe the girl's just not doing her job. Not kidding.
Maybe you're just sick of her laying like a starfish.
Yeah.
I feel like guys are a lot. I think we talked about this early on. Guys are a lot more mental with sex than girls are. In a way that
it is way more
guys
pressure.
are like smashing. It's usually that, to be frank, stereotypical. Guys are doing most of the work.
Yeah.
And I feel like guys think about it a lot more. Like,
bro, because there's the expectation.
Yeah.
Automatically set that it's very impossible to make the girl, like girls can't come from guys, right? So then they're automatically thinking about that.
Yep.
Then they've got to be good in general.
Yeah.
They got to last long. They got to do this. They got to do this.
So many presets,
bro.
Because girls will be straight in that fucking group chat, bagging you out. 100%.
Dick size, fucking longevity.
What you did,
everything, bro.
How your rhythm. I mean, fucking everything.
Yeah. Whereas the guys don't really go into detail at all.
We don't. How was it?
Yeah, it was alright. Half the time you don't even talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really message you boys.
No, It's just literally.
It might be at the pub if we come up, be like, oh yeah, so and so.
Yeah.
But we don't like message the group chat.
Yeah.
I know from experience, like that, bro.
Yeah.
And you're straight in the group chat.
Yeah.
And it's like, have a bit of like,
Yeah.
bit of privacy.
Well, that
you know?
also comes from don't talk yourself up, gents or ladies.
Just leave it to what happens.
Yeah.
Because if you in the DMs and you're like, oh, I'm the best at this, best at that.
I think the more sense of humour you have as well, the safer the bet is.
Yeah.
But
true.
yeah, I think it does need to be normalised.
Yeah.
And it can
Fellas,
happen
don't
for the
be-
stupidest reasons, bro.
Legit anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes you just burst out laughing. But yeah.
But yeah, we've been going for 56 minutes.
Honestly, we can call it there because I need to piss.
so do
so
I.
badly. But
I was going to lead to one more thing from the whole group chat thing, but I reckon...
No, you can if you want.
No, we save it to another episode.
Yeah, right, mate. All right. This has been an absolute waffle podcast.
We've just been talking, bro.
But it is what it is.
It's been a vibe. We decided...
Well, what is a podcast, you know?
You listen to people talk, which is what I had this conversation with Ev, I think it was. Oh, I heard it on their podcast. It was someone sent something in or said something about them talking, and Evan was like, "It's a podcast. You're literally watching it.
You're listening to
us
us
talk. That is the point of a podcast. Not a YouTube
everything.
video.
Every point of conversation is going to be like what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Not every conversation is going to be like more often than not it is because apparently that's what people want to hear. But not every conversation is going to be about sex.
Nah.
It's literally us. The end of each week talking about what was relevant and interesting to us.
Yeah. And if you want to listen, you want to listen, and we
don't.
appreciate you listening, of course. But if you don't want to listen, then like I've sped to multiple people. It's not a vlog. It's not a movie. It's a podcast. You're literally listening to us.
It's a long format.
Yeah.
I like listening to the podcasters that I listen to because it feels like you're part of the conversation, or they just like listening to what goes on in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care. This was good for me. I enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah, so did I.
It wasn't like I felt forced or anything. So
I don't think it really ever does. Though. I think
it doesn't really. But sometimes when you just try to cover too many topics,
I think
you just try to find a way to bring it up and you can't. So
because I had like a heap of topics there and we haven't even touched on half of them,
which is fine because we can just bring it up next
go
time.
to the next time,
exactly,
or maybe the next time.
Yep, who knows? But anyway,
thanks for tuning into episode 12.
Yeah, we gained since last podcast, like 17, 20, which is like 20% boost in subs.
Yep,
not bad.
And the views were a lot quicker on the pod.
It's without fail, whether it's quickly or slowly, it ends up capping at the same sort of amount. Have you noticed that?
And have you actually gone back and watched the views from like they are all slowly increasing?
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool to see, mate.
Cool. Yeah,
we're only
gonna get
in
some
the
guests
infancy
coming
of
on
this
soon, actually, because I got mics on the way.
We do. I have to check where they are because I ordered them on Amazon 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and I haven't even been dispatched.
And you're paying for Prime for what? Nothing.
I don't watch anything on Amazon Prime.
We'll get
Your watch bands came, by the way. They're at my house.
Oh, sweet.
So
I'll
keep the black one. I'll give you the clear one.
Fucking mint. We'll have some guests on. Some you might know, some you might not.
Yep.
It'll be good fun. So hopefully that's in the next 5 episodes. There'll probably be 2 lots of guests, I reckon.
Yep.
Keen.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Available on all platforms.
All platties.
Yeah, I haven't checked how Apple Podcasts is going, to be honest.
It's going alright. Yeah. It's getting more views now.
Sweet. Well, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in episode 13.
Have a good week, guys.
See ya.